Hello and welcome to the 59th meeting of Soteria, in which we continue in our series Love is Strange, an examination of Shakespeare's attitude to love and how it's reflected in his writing and in different plays that he wrote. And this is our third, I think, in the series Love is Strange.
Yeah.
And now I shall have to ask, hello, Michael, nice to see you. I shall have to ask how far we have got in the text, but I think we're starting with the Merchant of Venice.
Right. Shall I go to put the text on the screen? Right. Let's go down.
That looks like it.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, it's maybe.
Is that 6A? No, what's 6A? No, that's right, Leon. Yeah, we did that, didn't we, last time? This is it, I think. Yeah, I think here we are.
This is correct. Yes. I chose which probably most of you or all of you are familiar with, the scene with the three caskets from the Merchant of Venice. I find it extremely interesting to view the character of Portia here, because for me, she is a bridge between the traditional woman, in which she comports herself in a very traditional way, the scene with the three caskets, and of course the administrator of justice at the end of the play, itself, I think, a subject of fascination and potential discussion. And I like this scene very much. It was longer than I thought when I chose the text. I thought, I don't remember it that long. It's extremely long. Just to remind you, her father has said or demanded that the person who marries the beautiful Portia will be the person who rightly chooses from three caskets. One is gold, one is silver, and one is lead. And the person who truly loves her will be the person who responds in the right way to the message on the casket and the right choice of the metal. And there are three people, three suitors, and one of them, Portia herself, loves very much. So she dearly hopes that the right person chooses the casket. That is the background in case people do not know. As I said, the scenes are longer than I thought. And I don't remember, but I discovered looking at the text that they are separated by other scenes, so I put them all together. And so the three suitors, I put them together. In the original play, they are separated. There are other scenes between them. So in the first scene, we have Portia and the Prince of Morocco. And I think those are the only two people reading in that scene. So need either Janine or Elizabeth. I don't know how.
I think as all new people have got the right to read if they so
especially
wish.
if they have to go.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly. I think that would be good. And I don't think this is too difficult, maybe. So
I think most of the lines go to the Prince of Morocco. So
I can read the female part. It's okay.
The female part is fine, the Portia and Prince of Morocco. I can't see Michael, but I'm sure he's there.
It just disappeared. I don't know.
Oh, you just disappeared.
Right.
Would you like to be the Prince of Morocco?
Michael? Oh, I think, have you frozen?
He's frozen. Yes.
I think he's frozen.
Yeah.
Maybe he's going to come back.
Well, maybe then instead you should.
Michael, would you like to be the Prince of Morocco?
Sure, but it says my internet connection is unstable.
Okay, we'll it's a long way in Morocco, isn't it? A long way away.
Yeah, well, Stead can jump in if.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, I'll be the the Prime Minister of Morocco.
The person who played Portia, I can't remember her name. She jumped in for Kate Blanchett, who became pregnant, which of course would have been absolutely disastrous in the film if Portia.
Interesting.
She was very successful. I can't remember her name. She's an American actress. Yeah.
Right.
Lynn Collins. That's right. Anyway. Yeah.
Okay, let's get started.
Mhm.
Okay. Go draw aside the curtains and discover the several caskets to this noble prince. Now make your choice.
The first of gold, who this inscription bears, who chooseth me shall gain what many men desire. The second, silver, which this promise carries, who chooseth me shall get as much as he deserves. This third, dull lead with warning all as blunt, he who chooseth me must give and hazard all he hath. How shall I know if I do choose the right?
If one of them contains my picture, prince, if you choose that, then I'm yours withal.
Some God direct my judgment. Let me see. I will survey the inscriptions back again. What says this leaden casket? Who chooses me must give and hazard all he hath. Must give for what? For lead? Hazard for lead? This casket threatens. Men that hazard all do it in hope of fair advantages. A golden mind stoops not to show of dross. I'll then nor give nor hazard aught for lead. Who says the silver with her virgin hue? Who chooses me shall get as much as he deserves. As much as he deserves? Pause there, Morocco, and weigh thy value with an even hand. If thou best rated by thy estimation, thou dost serve enough, and yet enough may not extend so far as to this lady. And yet, to be afeard of my deserving were but a weak disabling of myself as much as I deserve. Why, that's the lady. I do in birth deserve her, and in fortunes, in graces, and in qualities of breeding. But more than these, in love I do deserve what if I strayed no further, but chose her.
Here.
Here, chose here. Okay. Let's see once more this saying engraved in gold. Who chooses me shall gain what many men desire. Why, that's the lady. All the world desires her. Far from the corners of the earth they come to kiss this shrine, this mortal breathing saint. The Hyrcanian deserts, the vasty wilds of wide Arabia are now as thoroughfares now for princes to come view fair Portia, the watery kingdom whose ambitious head spits in the face of heaven is no bar to stop the foreign spirits, but they come as o'er a brook to see fair Portia. One of these three contains her heavenly picture. Is it like that lead contains her? 'Twere damnation to think so base a thought. It were too gross to rib her cerecloth in that obscure grave. Or shall I think in silver she's immured, being 10 times undervalued so tried gold? Oh, sinful thought, never so rich a gem was set in worse than gold. They have in England a coin that bears the figure of an angel stamped in gold, but that's insculpted upon. But here an angel in a golden bed lies all within. Deliver me the key, here do I choose, and thrive I as I may.
There, take it, prince, and if my form lie there, then I'm yours.
Oh, hell! What have we here? A carrion death within whose empty eye there's a written scroll. I'll read the writing. All that glitters is not gold. Often have you heard that told. Many a man his life hath sold, but my outside to behold, the gilded tombs do worms enfold. Had you been as wise as bold, young in limbs, in judgment old, your answer had not been inscrolled. Fare you well, your suit is cold, cold indeed, and labor lost. Then farewell, heat and welcome frost. Portia, adieu, I have too grieved a heart to take a tedious leave, thus losers part.
A gentle riddance, draw the curtains, go, let all of his complexion choose me so.
My opinion is superb.
Yeah.
I think so. That was yes.
good.
I don't, just perhaps a slightly naughty note of my modern texts great pains to say that all of his complexion doesn't mean the color of his skin, which I think, of course, it does. But so no, it doesn't. It's to do with his humor and his mood. Anyway, yes, the next is the Prince of Aragon, and maybe AJ, would you like to be the Prince of Aragon?
Okay, as long as you accept that Aragon is misspelled. Okay.
I'm not sure about that. I have to check, but I think most of these were taken from the text from the internet, and I think they're the original spelling, but I'm not sure about
that. Shakespeare misspelled it.
Oh, Shakespeare misspelled it. I don't know how it was spelled in the 16th century.
It's one R in Spanish.
But there are a lot of, I mean, I thought there was a misprint with chores, which comes later down because it's chars, but the old spelling of chore was char, from which you have the English char lady, which I didn't know. It was actually chore lady.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, interesting, isn't it? I used to
Chore,
think it was tea lady, but I'm quite wrong. It actually was chore lady, and it's just char is the old spelling of chore.
And did that meant a woman who took care of people?
No, it was
with
somebody who had a recurring task. A child was a
so it was
recurring
chore
task.
in the English sense of
Yes,
chore,
yeah, that
rather
you
than
had to do
related
it.
to
It's a
care
task you have to do
or
again
love,
and
yeah.
again, like putting out the rubbish or something.
Okay, chore, right. Okay.
Oh, by the way, these numbers, of course, Elizabeth, are just the numbers of pages.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
I was just saying that my great-grandfather was actually born in Aragon.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, so
Oh,
you
very,
may well
very
be
appropriate then.
yeah,
Yes.
very appropriate.
So shall I be
Please, yeah.
Portia again? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Behold, there stands a casket, noble prince. If you choose that wherein I'm contained, straight shall our nuptial rites be solemnized. But if you fail, without more speech, my lord, you must be gone from hence immediately.
I am enjoined by oath to observe 3 things. First, never to unfold to anyone which casket 'twas I chose. Next, if I fail of the right casket, never in my life to woo a maid in way of marriage. Lastly, if I do fail in fortune of my choice, immediately to leave you and be gone.
To these injunctions everyone does swear that comes to hazard for my worthless self.
And so have I addressed me. What? Sorry, what does that mean? Have I addressed me?
So have I just made, that's what I think I would understand. It means so I have said to myself and
Yeah,
taken
that's
note
what
of.
Sorry. I thought I was reading it wrong. Fortune now to my heart's hope, gold, silver, and base lead. Who chooseth me must give and hazard all he hath. You shall look fairer ere I give or hazard. What says the golden chest? Ha, let me see. Who chooses me shall gain what many men desire. What many men desire, that many may be meant by the fool multitude that choose by show, not learning more than the fond eye doth teach. What prize not the interior, but like the martlet builds in the weather on the outward wall, even in the force and road of casualty. I will not choose what many men desire, because I will not jump with common spirits and rank me with the barbarous multitudes. Why then to thee, thou silver treasure house, tell me more what title thou dost bear. Who chooseth me shall get as much as he deserves. And well said too, for who shall go about to cozen fortune and be honorable without the stamp of merit? Let none presume to wear an undeserved dignity. Oh, that estates, degrees, and offices were not derived corruptly, and that clear honor were purchased by the merit of the wearer. How many then should cover that stand bare? How many be commanded that command? How much low peasantry would then be gleaned
from the true seeds of honor, and how much honor picked from the chaff and ruin of the times to be new varnished. Well, but to my choice, who chooseth me shall get as much as he deserves. I will assume desert. Give me a key for this, and instantly unlock my fortunes here.
Too long applause for that which you find there.
What here? The portrait of a blinking presenting me a schedule. I will read it. How much unlike art thou to Portia? How much unlike my hopes, and my deservings? Who chooseth me shall have as much as he deserves. Did I deserve no more than a fool's head? Is that my prize? Are my deserts no better?
To offend and judge are distinct offices and of opposed natures.
What is here? The fire 7 times tried this. 7 times tried that judgment is, that did never choose amiss. Some there be that shadows kiss, such have but a shadow's bliss. There be fools alive, ewis, silled o'er, and so this was this. Take what wife you will to bed, I will ever be your head. So begone you are sped, still more fool I shall appear. By the time I linger here, with one fool's head I came to woo, but I go away with 2. Sweet adieu, I'll keep my oath, patiently to bear my wrath.
Thus has the candle signed the moss, sink the moss. Oh, these deliberate fools! When they do choose, they have the wisdom by the wit to lose.
The ancient saying is no heresy, hanging and wiving goes by destiny. You can probably imagine who's going to choose the lead.
I don't understand what this guy found in the silver chest at all. Can somebody?
He found a fool's head. You actually left the word out. Maybe you didn't see it. It had a fool's head or something. Or what was it? An idiot's head.
Picture of an idiot.
Picture of an idiot. Yes, and you
Picture of
left
an
out.
idiot.
Thank you. You left out the word idiot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, have you seen that represented in a play, Mike? Or what how would that appear?
Well, I see I can't remember how it's shown in the film. I can't actually remember, but I presumably there's a clown's head or something like that. I do remember the death's head, but that's obviously up to the producer.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to see that it seems to me that the silver is the rejecting of the well, it seems to be very complex, of the compromise, of the trimmer, of the person who thinks he is better because he stands between 2 poles. And it's quite paradoxical that the lead is the metal to choose, but there's so much to say about it, really, isn't there?
I saw it from the beginning. I didn't know, but I saw it from the beginning that it was the right one. The letter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a theme that recurs in Shakespeare, that true worth is not in outward show. Marriage of true minds does not admit impediments, or alters when it alteration finds. 'Tis an ever fixed mark that looks upon tempests and is never shaken. And that is very clearly Shakespeare's view.
Yeah, and I think in romantic love, that does base itself upon a truth that you know, the outward appearance is not always indicative of the inward appearance or the virtue of someone, and that yeah. Sorry, I'm stating the obvious frequently this afternoon. You know, now let's move on.
Okay. Shall I again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I pray you, Terry, pause a day or two before you hazard.
Oh, sorry, I must perhaps introduce that. She's talking to Bassanio, who has arrived, and this is the person whom she wants to choose. Obviously, she wants to choose the lead. And I suppose as a producer, you could play it that she cheats in a way by certain facial gestures when she's there, when he's hesitating, or you could play it that she's completely fair and doesn't show any demeanor. I think that is subject to interpretation. Yeah. But anyway, that she is talking to him.
For in choosing wrong, I lose your company. Therefore, forbear a while. There's something tells me, but it is not love. I would not lose you, and you know yourself. It counsels not in such a quality. But lest you should not understand me well, and yet a maiden has no tongue but thought, I would detain you here some months or two before you venture from me. I could teach you how to choose right, but I am then forsworn, so will I never be. So may you miss me, but if you do, you will make me wish a sin, that I had been forsworn. Beshrew your eyes, they have overlooked me and divided me. One half of me is yours, the other half yours. Mine own, I would say, but if mine, then yours. And so all yours. Oh, these naughty times. Put bars between yours, not yours. Prove it so, let fortune go to hell for it, not I speak too long, but this to piece the time, to eke it and to draw it out in lengths, to stay you from election.
Well, perhaps stead you be Bassanio.
Yeah. Let me choose, for as I am, I live upon the rack.
Upon the rack, Bassanio, then confess what treason there is mingled with your love.
None but that ugly treason of mistrust, which makes me fear the enjoying of my love. There may as well be amity and life between snow and fire as treason and my love.
Ay, but I fear you speak upon the rack, where men enforced to speak anything.
Sure.
Where men enforced to speak anything.
Promise me life, and I'll confess the truth.
Well then, confess and live.
Confess and love had been the very sum of my confession. Oh, happy torment, when my torturer does teach me answers for deliverance. But let me to my fortune and the caskets.
Away then, I am locked in one of them. If you do love me, you will find me out. Nerissa and the rest stand all aloof. Let music sound while he does make his choice. Then if he lose, he makes a swan-like end, fading in music, that the comparison may stand more proper. My eye shall be the stream and watery deathbed for him. He may win. And what is music then? Then music is even as a flourish when true subjects bow to a new crowned monarch. Such it is as are those dulcet sounds in break of day that creep into the dreaming bridge room's ear and summon him to marriage. Now he goes with no less presence, but with much more love than young Alcides when he did redeem the virgin tribute paid by howling Troy to the sea monster. I stand for sacrifice, the rest aloof are the Dardanian wives, with bleared visages, come forth to view the issue of the exploit. Go, Hercules, live thou, I live, with much more dismay. I view the fight than thou that makest the fray.
Oh, Michael, perhaps you'd like to sing the song. Well, not sing it, but
I'm not sure about the singing part, but tell me,
okay.
where is fancy bred, or in the heart, or in the head? How begot, how nourished? Reply, reply, it is engendered in the eyes, with gazing fed and fancy dies in the cradle where it lies. Let us all ring fancy's knell, I'll begin it. Ding, dong, bell.
Ding,
Ding dong
bell.
bell. So may the outward shows be least themselves. The world is still deceived with ornament. In law, what please so tainted and corrupt, but, being seasoned with a gracious voice, obscures the show of evil. In religion, what damned error, but some sober brow will bless it and approve it with a text, hiding the grossness with fair ornament. There is no vice so simple, but assumes some mark of virtue on his outward parts. How many cowards whose hearts are all as false as stairs of sand, wear yet upon their chins the beards of Hercules and frowning Mars, who, inward searched, have livers white as milk, and these assume but valor's excrement to render them redoubted. Look on beauty, and you shall see 'tis purchased by the weight, which therein works a miracle in nature, making them lightest that wear most of it. So are those crisped, snaky golden locks which make such wanton gambols with the wind upon supposed fairness, often known to be the dowry of a second head, the skull that bred them in the sepulchre. Thus ornament is but the guiled shore to a most dangerous sea, the beauteous scarf failing an Indian beauty. In a word, the seeming truth which cunning times put on to entrap the wisest. Therefore, thou gaudy gold, hard food for Midas, I will none of thee, nor none of thee, thou pale and common drudge between man and man, but thou meagre lead, which rather threatenest than dost promise aught. Thy paleness moves me more than eloquence, and here choose I, joy be the consequence.
How all the other passions flee to air, as doubtful thoughts, and rash embrace despair, and shuddering fear, and green-eyed jealousy. O love, be moderate, allay thy ecstasy, in measure rein thy joy, scant this excess. I feel too much thy blessing, make it less, for fear I succeed.
What find I here? Fair Portia's counterfeit. What demigod has come so near creation? Move these eyes? Or whether riding on the balls of mine, seem they in motion? Here are severed lips, parted with sugar breath. So sweet a bar should sunder such sweet friends. Here in her hairs the painter plays the spider and hath woven a golden mesh to entrap the hearts of men, faster than gnats in cobwebs. But her eyes, how could he see to do them? Having made one, methinks it should have power to steal both his and leave itself unfurnished. Yet look how far the substance of my praise doth wrong this shadow in underprizing it. So far this shadow doth limp behind the substance. Here's the scroll, the continent and summary of my fortune. You that choose not by the view, chance as fair and choose as true. Since this fortune falls to you, be content and seek no new. If you be well pleased with this, and hold your fortune for your bliss, turn you where your lady is, and claim her with a loving kiss. A gentle scroll. Fair lady, by your leave, I come by note to give and to receive, like one of two contending in a prize, that thinks he has done well in people's eyes, hearing applause and universal shout, giddy in spirit, still gazing in a doubt whether these pearls of praise be his or no. So, thrice, fair lady, stand I even so, as doubtful whether what I see be true, until confirmed, signed, ratified by you.
You see me, Lord Bassanio, where I stand, such as I am. Though for myself alone, I would not be ambitious in my wish to wish myself much better. Yet for you, I would be troubled 20 times myself, 1,000 times more fair, 10,000 times more rich, that only to stand high in your account. I might in virtue, beauties, livings, friends, exceed account, but the full sum of me is sum of something, which to term and gross is an unlessoned girl, unschooled, unpracticed. Happy in this, she's not yet so old, but she may learn, happier than this, she's not bred so dull, but she can learn. Happiest of all is that her gentle spirit commits itself to yours to be directed, as from her lord, her governor, her king. Myself and what is mine to you and yours is now converted. But now I was the lord of this fair mansion, master of my servants, queen over myself, and even now, but now, this house, these servants, and this same myself are yours, my lord. I give them with this ring, which when you part from, lose or give away, let it presage the ruin of your love, and be my vantage to exclaim on you.
Madam, you have bereft me of all words. Only my blood speaks to you in my veins, and there is such confusion in my powers, as after some oration fairly spoke by a beloved prince, there doth appear among the buzzing, pleased multitude, where every something being blent together turns to a wild of nothing save of joy, expressed and not expressed. But when this ring parts from this finger, then parts life from hence. Oh, then be bold to say, Bassanio's dead.
Yeah. Yes, there we are. I don't know how many people knew that before, probably most of you. Over to other people. I mean, I'm always just kind of without words. I find that so impressive.
Okay.
Maybe I would just say that, remind people that this is the Portia who is there, so humble, so much in the traditional role of the woman, so claiming of her ignorance. This is the Portia who appears disguised as a man 2 acts later to render justice in the most complex way, with an astounding knowledge of Venetian law, to trick Shylock, or to bring Shylock into a trap of his own device, however you want to look at it, which I think is fascinating, because there is Shakespeare producing 2 contradictory women in the same woman in the same play. But that's just how
Okay, I have questions. You don't have to answer if you don't mind, but this entire exchange with the gold, silver, and lead, I had no idea what was going on. I understand that she set a challenge for her suitors, but what did
her father did,
yeah. What do they represent, and why is lead the best? I don't get it at all.
Michael, I think you're the best place to answer the question.
Are you talking to me?
I am. So yes.
I think it's extremely complex. It's partly because the obvious superficial interpretation is that true virtue is not in outward appearance. I mean, that is the obvious first appearance, that what seems to be in its appearance and what is valued by people like gold and silver, the true worth of something, or the true strength, is in something, a base metal, so that in that sense it's almost an appeal to the inward virtue as opposed to the outward beauty of something. I think it's much more complicated than that, because I think there's probably an inverse. This is a mirror image of the normal hierarchy. It's almost a mystical mirror image, whereby the first become last, the last become first. It's biblical in that way. And lead suddenly takes its part as at the top of the hierarchy. To what extent Shakespeare was a way of thinking, I mean, the malicious thought that's come into mind, that lead is also a poison. I don't really know how to fit that into the interpretation. But I think, AJ, the whole joy of this is that many people will write on this, many people will argue on this, many people will interpret this. But the most superficial, obvious, direct first interpretation is that gold is the great wealth of kings, is the highest summit, the highest point of your ambition. Silver is the compromise. It's almost like the bourgeois value. It's the fearful, but that you will somehow have a position in the world and you think you are virtuous because you've found that position. And lead is the humble, diminutive. And think of Cordelia in King Lear, who says nothing and seems to be the least glamorous, the least loquacious, and she is the most virtuous and the only one who loves her father. So I don't know if that's much of an answer. But, yeah.
That's more than I understood before, so thank you.
Good.
Oh,
Well,
that's good.
and Basilio, he's the fellow who claims to be unworthy of her. The other men look on her as a prize.
Yes.
But he seems to feel that if he got her, that he would be getting something greater. And then she corrects him and says, no, you're going to be my lord, my king, whatever. So she elevates him as opposed to the other men elevating her. That's
Very good point. Very good point, Janine. Yeah, yes. I hadn't seen, yes.
But didn't we, Michael, when you were saying about he presents two pictures of the same woman, didn't we encounter that in the story of the older man who wanted to marry that young girl? And she's so beautiful and she's so wonderful and she's so perfect. And yet there were undertones of her not being all that she says she is. And in fact, in my opinion, actually had somebody on the string already. And it seems like that theme, there was another part of Shakespeare that we read where where the mother says, you better take what you can get, because she kind of knows that her daughter's not exactly a prize. And it seems like Shakespeare has this way of doing that in terms of his estimation of women as a separate sex, as opposed to either the nobility or complete crassness of men. What is that stupid fly driving?
I've got a fly. Okay.
But anyway, I just made that observation as we were reading it.
Michael in France. Do any classical parallels to this come to mind, or of choices being made where there's a sort of inverse requirement, i.e. to choose the least valuable thing to get the most valuable prize? It seems, I'm sure there must be, but I can't think of any offhand.
I can't think of any either, but it seems, doesn't he express that lead is more foundational, it's more practical, more useful, more real in a sense, whereas gold and silver are you make trinkets out of them, but lead was actually used in
lead. Yes, indeed. That's what I mean. Lead was no doubt used for plumbing and so forth. So it would have had a practical.
They drank out of lead goblets and
not necessarily good for health. But
no, I think it's actually a relevant point, and I don't know the answer to what extent was Shakespeare aware that lead was toxic. I don't know to what extent people were aware of that.
No, it's hard to know.
Yet. Yeah,
maybe it was a disputed matter. Yes, indeed. It's
well, all right. The choice in mythology is Paris between Aphrodite.
Yes, that's the obvious comparison, isn't it? Who's the most beautiful of the three? The choice of the three.
But normally, I mean, in many of these trials where a man is selecting a woman, he has to do something physical. Tradition, I mean, many stories about pulling a bow and so forth. Obviously, I mean, that's present in the Ramayana, where Ram wins Sita by being the only one strong enough to pull the bow, and that clearly has got it comes from a common source with the bow that Odysseus, you know,
Yes.
which I suppose is maybe did actually relate to something that people used to do. People used to actually have to show that they were capable of doing these kind of lordly things very well in order to be given the you know. Yeah, no, Elizabeth,
Maybe right, yeah.
you're reading very well without, you know, making any mistakes at all. So that's wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So now I love it.
I will say goodbye now because
Yeah, I
when
just
we
looking at
start to
time.
rush in, I have little children, so they will not be quiet also. So yeah, I hope to join you another time.
Yes, so yeah, thanks
Yeah.
very much for
Nice
coming.
to-
Really good to see a
Nice
new
to meet
face.
you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you for
Good
lightening
meeting.
up.
So,
Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye-bye.
goodbye.
Auf Wiedersehen. Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen. That's good. That's good. Right. Now,
So, okay, then if people can a little bit of choice. I mean, if they want to see the scene from the film with Bassanio, I sent the link to Stead.
oh right,
Otherwise, we can go straight into the next reading. So I think that's absolutely up to people.
I think it would be good.
Yeah,
I think we can circulate the link. People can watch it
Okay,
in
yeah.
maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
I think now Janine, I mean now you
Oh,
you got the
Cleopatra.
chance to be Cleopatra. How about that?
Oh, cool. I've always wanted to be her.
Okay, yes, this is the
I mean, she
scene.
was Caesar and Antony. Come on. You know,
Right.
best of both worlds.
So
Oh,
now how many parts are here, Michael? Do you want to assign
I think
parts?
it could be 4. I'm not sure. There's Cleopatra, Diomedes. There's Cleopatra's servant, whose name I've forgotten. And there's
Antony.
Antony, of course. That might be it.
Anthony. All okay. We can all do all Anthony. It seems to be.
It's mostly Antony, Cleopatra. With very little
Okay,
else.
right.
Yes.
In your directorial role, whom are you casting?
Well, Janine is keen to do Cleopatra, I think, and she's the only lady here. Anybody can do Diomedes. I don't mind doing Diomedes. Antony, of course, is the major role here. So I don't know who would like to do.
I have
maybe
to leave in
yeah.
10 minutes. So is there anybody that finishes faster than the
Oh,
other?
well, yeah, perhaps you should do Diomedes then, AJ, because he only has a comment, I think, at the beginning.
Okay.
The Antony is quite long. Then I would ask Michael to read.
Yeah,
Antony.
Michael, if is that okay? You don't mind doing it? You've got such a mellifluous voice. I always enjoy listening to it.
I don't know about that, but anyhow.
This is, of course, the background is that Mark Antony, who was, well, Michael knows better than I do, I'm sure, was part of the triumvirate that was ruling Rome after Caesar's death. And Mark Antony falls passionately in love with Cleopatra, who is the, I suppose, is she the last of the Ptolemaic royal house, essentially, I think, yes. And Pompey has been murdered, not in Shakespeare, but he has been murdered by Cleopatra's brother, I think. I only know that because I recently saw the Handel opera, which is kind of fun. Really? Antony and Cleopatra. No, it's called Caesar in Egypt, it's called.
How would she have a brother, though, who would not have been the pharaoh?
I'm not quite sure, actually. Maybe it's not the brother. No, it's a good question, but I thought it was her brother.
Well, it was both of them.
But I might be wrong on that. I might be wrong.
They were both specified as co-rulers, except they didn't get along. They kept on trying to kill each other is the problem.
Yeah.
Well, that would obviously hinder a successful sort of dual reign,
Yeah, but not to make it the material of opera, I suppose. Yeah, it makes it. All right, then let's launch this ship.
And this is, in my opinion, the most operatic of Shakespeare's plays. See if people agree with me.
The language is very beautiful. Yeah.
How now? Is he dead?
His death,
AJ.
yeah, his death's upon him, but not dead. Look out, O the other side of your monument, his guard must have brought him thither.
O sun, burn the great sphere thou movest in. Darkling stand the varying shore o'er the world. O Antony, 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 help Charmaine, help Iris, help, help friends below. Let's draw him hither.
Peace. Not Caesar's valor hath o'erthrown Antony, but Antony's hath triumphed on itself.
So it should be none but Antony. Should conquer Antony, but woe 'tis so.
I am dying, Egypt, dying. Only here I importune death a while until of many thousand kisses the poor last I lay upon thy lips.
I dare not, dear. Dear my lord, pardon, I dare not, lest I be taken, not though imperious show of full fortuned Caesar shall ever be broached with me. If knife, drug, serpents have edge, sting, or operation, I am safe. Your wife Octavia, with her modest eyes and still conclusion, shall acquire no honor, demurring upon me. But come, come, Antony, help me, my women, we must draw thee up. Assist, good friends. They begin lifting
So,
him.
yeah, sorry, that should have been in italics. Once or twice I made that mistake. It's a comment, they begin lifting.
Oh, quick, or I am gone.
Dear sport indeed, how heavy weights, my lord. Our strength is all gone into heaviness. That makes the weight, had I great Juno's power, the strong-winged Mercury should fetch thee up and set thee by Jove's side. Yet come a little, wishers were ever fools. Oh, come, come, come. They heave Antony
Sorry
aloft.
again, yeah, that's a comment. They heave Antony aloft to Cleopatra.
Antony aloft to Cleopatra, and welcome, welcome. Die when thou hast lived, quickening with kissing at my lips that power. Thus would I wear them out.
A heavy sight.
I am dying, Egypt, dying. Give me some wine, and let me speak a little.
No, let me speak, and let me rail so high that false housewife Fortune break her wheel, provoked by my offense.
One word, sweet queen. Oh, Caesar, seek your honor with your safety. Oh,
They do not go together.
gentle, hear me. None about Caesar trust but Proculius.
My resolution in my hands I'll trust, none but Caesar.
The miserable change now at my end, lament nor sorrow at, but please your thoughts in feeding them with those my former fortunes wherein I lived, the greatest prince of the world. Thou noblest, and do now not basely die, not cowardly put off my helmet to my countryman, a Roman by a Roman, valiantly vanquished. Now my spirit is going, I can no more.
Noblest of men wilt die? Hast thou no care for me? Shall I abide in this dull world, which in thy absence is no better than a sty? O see, my women, the crown o'er the earth doth melt, my lord. O withered is the garland of the war. The soldier's pole is infallen, young boys and girls are level now with men. The odds is gone, and there is nothing left remarkable beneath the visiting moon.
Oh, quietness, lady. She's dead too, our sovereign. Lady, madam, oh, madam, 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 royal Egypt, Empress Cleopatra. Peace, peace, Eros.
No more but e'en woman, and commanded by such poor passion as the maid that milks and does the meanest chairs. If were for me to throw my scepter at the injurious gods, to tell them that this world did not equal theirs till they had stolen our jewel. All's but naught. Patience is Scottish, and impatience does become a dog that's mad. Then is it sin to rush into the secret house of death ere death dare come to us? How do you, women? What good cheer? Why, how now, Charmaine? My noble girls, ah, women, women, look, our lamp is spent, it's out. Good sirs, take heart. We'll bury him, and then what's brave, what's noble? Let's do after the high Roman fashion, and make death proud to take us. Come away. This case of that huge spirit now is cold. Ah, women, women, come, we have no friend, but resolution and the briefest end.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's sad.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is sad, yes.
But you noticed what she says about lead, that
No,
part of
no.
it? And I'm wondering that Shakespeare about that lead box. It's
Oh,
heavy.
what did she say about lead? I didn't see that. I wouldn't. Oh,
Was
what
it in
did
the beginning?
State? Could we just
Oh, yeah, I
have
can
that
go
again?
back. Yeah. Just, but yeah.
Or maybe it was the one that Elizabeth read, but there was a reference to
Oh,
heavy
Uh,
is.
oh,
And
so it's not this passage, you
it's not.
mean?
It's not Antony and Cleopatra you're talking
Okay.
about.
Oh, okay.
oh yeah, yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying that lead seems to be heavy in the sense of, like a heavy idea. It weighs heavy on my mind.
Hmm.
That kind of thing.
Mm.
Michael, this is not particularly relevant to this text, rather than any other, but are you familiar with the men that played the parts of ladies in Shakespeare's time? I mean, were there men
Well, I
that...
wasn't around at the
No.
time. I mean, I didn't know them. But the way you asked that,
I mean,
I didn't have any special relationship with.
I mean, were there male actors who just did women? Do you know that was a particular speciality?
Yeah, there must have been.
Well, yeah. I mean,
One kind of...
some of them were prepubescent. There are frequent references to the high pitching voice and so on, and some of
Yeah,
them were presumably young men. And I think they'd be part of the various theatrical groups. There were 5 or 6. The King's Men, the Chamberlain's Men. There were several
yeah.
groups, often in competition with one another. And I would imagine that, I certainly don't know these things in detail, but apart from the boys who will obviously be regularly playing the women, there will be some young men, I would imagine, not obviously very masculine men, who would occasionally take on the women's roles as occasion arose or as it was necessary.
When did
Did
women
they,
start actually playing female roles?
I think it was a clear cut. I think it was the Restoration with Charles
Yeah.
Charles II, sorry.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
Did they still have castrati like the Italians did?
I don't think
I don't think so.
I don't think so. No, no.
I think there would have been references. I don't know any references to castrati in England.
would they be the people that maybe were star wannabes? Where you start young as a movie star and kind of work your way up. Studies, that sort of
Could
thing.
be. It's not a subject I know about in detail. It probably has been a book written on the subject and going into it in great detail.
Do you think?
But why the question, Stead?
No, it was
because
something
you were
that
thinking of
I've been...
who was playing Cleopatra. I mean, it's obviously for a boy, it would have been very demanding to perform this role, which is quite sophisticated. Maybe it would have been a young man who could convincingly play the role of a woman.
I mean, I was thinking about the issue of our group and comment I made to you. Oh, yeah, we need some women to play different women's roles. And then I was thinking about that, whether maybe I like the idea that actually it's focusing on the person rather than the external appearance and so forth. And maybe that's something one should embrace. I don't know. And it tied up with something you were saying, I think, very much about the treatment of relations between the sexes. There is a certain lack of a sort of physicality or something. The love tends to be more of an abstract sort. Well, I mean, didn't you say something on those lines? And that maybe is not unconnected with this, the fact that because it was men representing it was different. And in the maybe that is a good thing, and quite, I don't know, so
Well,
something
I mean,
worth.
it's certainly true that, I mean, a complete change with Restoration comedy where sex is just fun and a bit of a riot, and never in Shakespeare is it anything like fun or a bit of a riot. I mean, the whole attitude totally changed.
No, absolutely not. No, yes, indeed. Yeah.
And
maybe there's
indeed,
something
and
that's
not
quite
only
good
Shakespeare,
about
but
that, I
in
don't know.
Shakespeare's contemporaries as well. I mean, lust is, I think, I can't think of any example where it's not presented as anything other than loathsome.
Yeah.
I mean,
the
Volpone is an obvious one, but also the Changeling, Middleton's Changeling. You know, I coupled with your mate, and now we are in hell.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
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 Okay, for me to go. I'll see you next time.
Yeah. See you next time, AJ.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Thanks so much for participating, and yeah, I hope you keep well. Look forward to seeing you again, AJ.
Right,
Farewell. Farewell. Yeah.
Mm.
Bye bye. Yeah. Michael. I mean, has anyone here seen plays with males playing female roles?
Well, only that I went to an all-male public school, and the public school went co-education just after I left. I don't know if that has any significance, but anyway, of course, obviously had the advantage, if it is an advantage, of seeing several Shakespeare plays played by an all-male cast. But it's very, very unusual. Yeah.
How did that work?
Extremely well, actually, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think my attitude now would be to be well disposed towards that as a convention. Yeah, and I think Michael, en France, have you seen any plays?
The only thing that comes to mind is between Lockdown 1 and Lockdown 2 in London, I saw The Pirates of Penzance by an all-male cast.
And how was that?
It worked very well, actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's the music, really.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think I'm. Yeah, I can become a supporter of that. I think there's a lot to be said for it, really, for variety of it, and it's something that's rather against the current ways things are presented. So I quite like the idea of that, and it ties in with having all male colleges and universities, which now I think is regarded as almost I don't know, heresy to be in favour of that, really, which I think is wrong, really. Oh, good. Do we have time for the next for one more?
I think we probably do. I don't know how other people. I think this next one's quite short. This is from Troilus and Cressida, which is probably one of the less well-known Shakespeare plays, I would imagine. I have mixed feelings about it. I have seen it once, and it does linger in my memory for sure. In a way, to me, it seems to be almost two plays. One is about notions of order and leadership and manliness, and the other is the subtext, which is the relationship of Troilus and Cressida. And Cressida, I think, is presented as a frail woman. So in a sense, this might be one of the more traditional versions of man woman that Shakespeare presents, but perhaps other people would see it differently. Yeah, anyway, Pandarus is the uncle, of course, who is the panda from which apparently the name came.
Yeah.
And this is at the siege of Troy, and Troilus is a Greek, and I think Cressida is one of the Trojans, and but there is a certain amount of communication, and finally she is hostage and handed over to the Greeks in return for someone else, and I forget. I can't remember the details.
Michael, you haven't played any leading male roles, so maybe you should take this. You've only played ancillary ones.
I'll take Troilus by
and I'll be Pandarus.
And there is
Yeah.
Cressida, who's obviously, I think, then Janine.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't have.
Although, I mean, saying that, I mean, should we?
Oh, well, having said that, yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Michael, would you? I mean, I don't want to overwork you on a Sunday afternoon, but I mean, would you fancy being Cressida?
You're talking to me?
Yeah, yeah.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, I think we should. I mean, Janine, sorry, I don't mean to be rude.
I think
it
that's
will.
a great idea.
I think it
Yes,
would
I
be
wanna
quite
hear-
nice to do this. Yeah,
Mhm.
great. Okay, let's go. Have you seen my cousin?
No, Pandarus, I stalk about her door like a strange soul upon the Stygian banks, staying for waftage. Oh, be thou my Charon, and give me swift transportance to those fields where I may wallow in the lily beds proposed for the deserver. Oh, gentle Pandarus, from Cupid's shoulder pluck his painted wings, and fly with me to Cressid.
Walk here in the orchard. I'll bring her straight.
I am giddy. Expectation whirls me round. The imaginary relish is so sweet that it enchants my sense. What will it be when that the watery palate tastes indeed love's thrice repured nectar? Death, I fear me, swooning destruction, or some joy too fine, too subtle potent, tuned too sharp in sweetness for the capacity of my ruder powers. I fear it much, and I do fear besides that I shall lose distinction in my joys, as doth a battle when they charge on heaps, the enemy flying.
She's making her ready. She'll come straight. You must be witty now. She does so blush and fetches her wind so short as if she were frayed with a sprite. I'll fetch her. It's the prettiest villain. She fetches her breath as short as a new-tanned sparrow. Well,
Even such a passion doth impress my bosom. My heart beats thicker than a feverous pulse, and all my powers do their bestowing lose, like vassalage at unawares encountering the eye of majesty.
come, come. What need you blush? Shames the baby. Here she is now. Swear the oaths now to her that you have sworn to me. What? Are you gone again? You must be watched ere you be made tame, must you? Come your ways, and you draw backward. We'll put you in the fields. Why do you not speak to her? Come, draw this curtain, and let's see your picture. Alas, the day, how loath you are to offend daylight, and 'twere dark, you'll close sooner. So, rub on and kiss the mistress. How now? A kiss in fee farm, build there, carpenter. The air is sweet. Nay, you shall fight your hearts out ere I part you. The falcon as the tercel, for all the ducks in the river. Go to, go to.
You have bereft me of all words, lady.
Words pay no debts. Give her deeds, but she'll bereave you all the deeds too, if she call your activity in question. What? Bidding again? Here's in witness thereof, the party is interchangeably come in. I'll go get a fire.
Will you walk in, my lord?
Oh, Cressida, how often have I wished me thus?
Wished, my lord? The gods grant, oh, my lord.
What should they grant? What makes this pretty abruption? What too curious drag espies my sweet lady in the fountain of our love?
More dregs than water if my fears have eyes.
Fears make devils of cherubims. They never see truly.
Blind fear that seeing reason leads finds safer footing than blind reason stumbling without fear. To fear the worst oft cures the worst.
Oh, let my lady apprehend no fear. In all Cupid's pageant there is presented no monster.
Nor nothing monstrous neither.
Nothing but our undertakings, when we vow to weep seas, live in fire, eat rocks, tame tigers, thinking it harder for our mistress to devise imposition enough than for us to undergo any difficulty imposed. This is the monstrosity of in love, lady, that the will is infinite and the execution confined, that the desire is boundless and the act a slave to limit.
They say all lovers swear more performance than they are able, and yet reserve an ability that they never perform, vowing more than the perfection of 10 and discharging less than the 10th part of 1. They that have the voice of lions and the act of hares, are they not monsters?
Ah, they're such are not we. Praise us as we are tasted. Allow us as we prove. Our head shall go bare till merit crown it. No perfection in reversion shall have a praise in present. We will not name desert before his birth, and being born, his addition shall be humble. Few words to fair faith. Troilus shall be such decrescid as what envy can say. Worst shall be a mock for his truth, and what truth can speak truest, not truer than Troilus.
Will you walk in, my lord?
What, blushing still? Have you not done talking yet?
Well, uncle, what folly I commit, I dedicate to you.
I thank you for that. But if my lord gets a boy of you, you'll give him me. But true to my lord, if he flinch, chide me for it.
You know now your hostages, your uncle's word and my firm faith.
Nay, I'll give my word for her too. Our kindred, though they be long ere they are wooed, they are constant being one. They are boors, I can tell you. They'll stick where they are thrown.
Boldness comes to me now and brings me heart. Prince Troilus, I have loved you night and day for many weary months.
Why was my Cressid then so hard to win?
Hard to seem won, but I was won, my lord, with the first glance that ever, pardon me, if I confess much, you will play the tyrant. I love you now, but not till now so much, but I might master it. In faith, I lie. My thoughts were like unbridled children, grown too headstrong for their mother. See, we fools, why have I blabbed who shall be true to us, when we are so unsecret to ourselves? But though I loved you well, I wooed you not, and yet good faith I wished myself a man, or that we women had men's privilege of speaking first. Sweet, bid me hold my tongue, for this rapture I shall surely speak, the thing I shall repent. See your silence? Cunning and dumbness from my weakness draws my very soul of counsel. Stop my mouth.
And shall, albeit sweet music issues thence.
Pretty face.
My lord, I do beseech you pardon me. 'Twas not my purpose thus to beg a kiss. I am ashamed. Oh heavens, what have I done? For this time will I take my leave, my lord.
Your leave, sweet Cressid.
Leave, and you take leave till tomorrow morning.
Pray you, content you.
What offends you, lady?
Sir, mine own company.
You cannot shun yourself.
Let me go and try. I have a kind of self resides with you, but an unkind self that itself will leave to be another's fool. I would be gone. Where is my wit? I know not what I speak.
Well, know they what they speak that speak so wisely.
Perchance, my lord, I show more craft than love, and fell so roundly to a large confession, to angle for your thoughts. But you are wise, or else you love not. For to be wise and love exceeds man's might. That dwells with gods above.
Oh, that I thought it could be in a woman, as, if it can, I will presume in you, to feed for aye her rampant flames of love, to keep her constancy in plight and youth, outliving beauties outward, with a mind that doth renew swifter than blood decays. Or that persuasion could but thus convince me that my integrity and truth to you might be affronted with the match and weight of such a winnowed purity in love. How were I then uplifted? But alas, I am as true as truth's simplicity, and simpler than the infancy of truth.
In that
Hmm.
I'll war with you.
Oh, virtuous fight, when right with right wars, who shall be most right? True swains in love shall in the world to come approve their truce by Troilus, when their rhymes full of protest, of oath and big compare, want similes, truth tired with iteration, as true as steel, as plantage to the moon, as sun to day, as turtle to her mate, as iron to adamant, as earth to the centre, yet after all comparisons of truth, as truth's authentic author to be cited, as true as Troilus, shall crown up the verse and sanctify the numbers.
Prophet may you be. If I be false or swerve a hair from truth, when time is old and hath forgot itself, when water drops have worn the stones of Troy and blind oblivion swallowed cities up, and mighty states characterless are grated to dusty nothing, yet let memory from faults to faults, among faults, maids in love, upbraid my falsehood, when they've said as faults, as air, as water, wind, or sandy earth, as fox to lamb, as wolf to heifer's calf, pard to the hind, or stepdame to her son. Yea, let them say, to stick the heart of falsehood as false as Cressid.
Oh, that was wonderful and superb. Yeah, as you said, I think it's an under celebrated play. You know, very, very, very fine. Really,
Yes,
really
I'm not very often played, I don't think, at least not compared to so many other plays by Shakespeare.
Yeah, the quality is very, very yeah, enjoyed that immensely. And it was absolutely of no impediment to the brightness of the text that you know it was two men playing it. That was not in the slightest. I think so. Yeah, I'm now a supporter of that as the way to go. As the way to go. Yeah, it's. Have you seen William Morton's opera? He wrote Troilus and Cressida. Yeah, I've not seen it, but I admire his work.
Completely new to me. That I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, unless I'm imagining it. Yeah, I think so. I'm fairly yeah, I think it was quite an important piece in his oeuvre, and something probably worth.
Oh, I should look at that this evening.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
No, I think that was wonderful. Janine, any thoughts?
This well, for one thing, the romanticism was just
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's true, isn't it? That's true.
And it's interesting because
beautiful.
Cressida keeps saying that she's almost saying that she's the one who, you know, has a falsity about her. You know, she seems to almost like blame herself for loving him or wanting him, and this the aversion to reference to physical love or anything like that. You know, she doesn't want to even say the words, and I find that really interesting. What is the meat of this particular play, which I know nothing about? What's the what to do about this in terms of what's going on between them? What role does the uncle play?
Well, he plays the role very much of the panda, and of course, Cressida, as I'm sure you can see, it's going to happen. Troilus and Cressida do have a relationship, and she does betray him to Diomed, and that is there in the text. We are sort of forewarned about it, and so it does present, you know, the true Troilus and the perfidious, treacherous Cressida. Although Cressida seems to be aware of it herself and is therefore honest in her lack of. She isn't deceptive. She warns him and warns herself, and she's not, to be fair, to Shakespeare in the sense of, I don't want to present Shakespeare as here being very misogynistic. He doesn't present Cressida as evil or witch-like or despicable. More pitiful, I think, is how he presents her in this play. And so, as you say, what's going on? I mean, the fall of Cressida also is accompanied by the fall of Troy, and there is between Achilles and Hector. Achilles kills Hector, and I don't think it's in. I'm sure Michael can tell me. I don't think it's described in the same way in Homer. I mean, really, when he takes off his armor and he says, "I am unarmed, forego this vantage, Greek," and Achilles doesn't even kill him himself. He gets his kind of slaves to kill Hector when Hector's unprepared. It's the most disgusting scene. I don't think that is how it's described in Homer, is it?
No,
No. It's interesting that Shakespeare did that, so that
Yeah.
to me, the person who comes across as being a despicable character is not Cressida in this play, but Achilles. But there do seem to be two plays. They don't have a very strong relationship with one another. It's really two plots to me.
So the meat of the play is betrayal.
Yes, I think that it's fair to say that. I think that's a fair comment. Yes.
And then Achilles betrays Hector, and
well, he betrays the code of honor. I put it like that. Yes. I mean, it seems.
Which is like betraying
those lines I've never forgotten. I am unarmed, forgo this vantage, Greek.
Well,
I don't know. It stays in my memory.
Achilles was so angry at Hector for having killed Patroclus.
Yes. Yeah, and you could produce Achilles in a much more sympathetic way with that material, could you not? But I don't think Shakespeare does.
No. Yeah.
So this is another one of his war stories.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They're all soldiers prancing about and killing each other. Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I like that. Who doesn't like a good war story?
Yeah, this is the siege of Troy and the Greeks and the Trojans fighting each other. And yes, you're absolutely right. It's all about treachery, because they also discuss the original treachery, whether they should give Helen of Troy back to the Greeks and why everybody should die because of the treachery of stealing somebody else's wife. And they decide that they won't.
Is Cressida in this Greek then?
Cressida's Trojan. She's Trojan, but she's both.
And Troilus.
No. It's also that Romeo and Juliet theme, if you like, that it's Trojan and Greek, and she I think I've got this right, yeah, and she is as hostage. She comes over to the Greek camp. I'm pretty sure that, but I might be wrong. Maybe Troilus is Trojan as well. I
thought he was, but
you might be right actually in that case. And then the treachery is with Diomed. You could well be right there. Yeah, would make more sense. Yes, I think you're probably right. Sorry about that. Yeah.
But in the original of Troilus and Cressida, they're in love, but her turning, it's never explained. It's one of the great mysteries of why she turned away from that relationship. Where it's not said in the original Troilus and Cressida. And he of course is wounded and has to live on with that for how long he does live. But
Michael, when you say the original, are you referring to Homer or?
No, who did the Troilus?
Chaucer did a very famous one.
Yeah, I think it's the Chaucer one.
Well, I get the feeling that she doesn't seem to have much respect for him as a man. You know, it almost seems like by condemning herself, she's saying he's a weakling, and he does sound sort of sappy when he gets a little flowery, and and I can see her kind of backing off and saying,
come on.
Yeah, well, you're a little much, a little too needy for me. I mean, that's the impression I get. If somebody were to ask me, well, why did she betray him? I can see her thinking that.
Yes, that's in Shakespeare's version, but I wouldn't say that's at all the case in the Chaucer.
So that there have been other versions of this.
Oh yeah, this is quite
other than Homer.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, since Homer, the Shakespeare and Chaucer are the big ones, but I'm sure there are others as well.
Does Cressida ever appear in the Homer thing? Not that I can recall.
Oh, really? I just assumed she did.
I don't know now.
I don't remember. I mean, I did read
Yeah.
the Iliad about 40 years ago. I don't remember her, but that doesn't mean anything. I
Yeah.
read it 40 years ago.
It's a credit to the way you guys read it that it came across so strongly as not knowing the play, as I did not know. The way you guys read it, the context became more and more evident that she was going to be unfaithful to him, even though I didn't know that that was going to be the outcome.
I
So,
think
good job, guys.
I think a lot of the things that we think of as being in Homer because it's part of that story don't appear in Homer. They appear in other writers or about the Trojan War. I just did a search and no, she doesn't appear in Homer.
In Homer,
Cressida, no.
So who claims to know anything about her? I mean, I'm quite mystified as to was she just an invention in that case?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if it was a precedent before Chaucer, but he was the one that created
Boccaccio is mentioned as well as Chaucer. So the origin may lie between those two or someone antecedent to both, but not
unknown.
Homer. Yeah.
Well, that's why I asked about the uncle. What role does he play? Is he like in the original story?
I don't think so, but
yeah,
because he seems to encourage his nephew. Speak up.
Yes, completely. I mean, he is somewhat distasteful and very down to earth and anti-romantic, of course.
Yeah. Let's.
You can almost hear the uncle saying, "You know, man up, go."
Yes.
Talking.
Yes. You know? I mean, we're also reminded of different things. I mean, I was reminded of My Fair Lady, words. Words, words.
Yeah.
I hear nothing but words.
The relation, the romance between Troilus and Cressida did seem to be a medieval tradition. Which one is familiar with principally in Chaucer and Boccaccio. So it's not a straightforward sense of the original. Where does it lie? It's part of a tradition.
And they attached it to the siege of Troy.
I mean, in the medieval time, as we all know, the classical legends were regarded as the principal narratives, and in order for anything to have relevance, it had to be connected. I mean, as with Snorri and the Nordic myths, and also people like Geoffrey of Monmouth talking about the origin of Britain, and everything really has to have classical roots to be proper and authentic. But that was very enjoyable. I mean, as Janine said, I mean, it was very intense, and
yes.
I mean, if the color of the letters sort of indicated their register, it would probably be quite iridescent or purple or something like that. But it was very nice. It's good. It's quite good to see you, Michael. How's Richard? Is he okay?
He's doing all right. Yes.
Excellent. Yeah, I mean, we're all. I know we're not all the same age, but we're all above a certain age, and this is a bit of a mutual kind of support.
Actually catching up on everybody's state of being.
We're congratulating each other that we're still able to get up in the morning, I think.
But Michael, this was fun tonight. That was a nice selection, and I enjoyed it and appreciated it.
Always a pleasure to hear you, and thanks so much for contributing. I know you've got other things. Thanks, Janine. for your loyalty, and yeah, we all wish you the best for the upcoming operation. I'm sure it'll go well. And
well, I'll think of you. When is it?
yeah.
It is 8 o'clock tomorrow.
Oh,
Okay, we
all
should be
right. Well,
thinking,
8
but yeah,
o'clock American
I should
time
be
tomorrow.
saying,
8
yeah,
o'clock in the
American
morning,
time.
American.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I always enjoy the anesthetic, so if
You
I enjoy the anesthetic,
anesthetic?
yeah,
What an
I always do.
extraordinary thing to say.
I do. I'm not just trying to be
Hey,
cute. I do enjoy the
I do not
anesthetic.
understand. Please, before we go, can you explain what you mean by that extraordinary statement?
The fact that as opposed to having to work hard to get to sleep, one takes it and one just goes out. And if one wakes up, there is no time subjectively between taking the anesthetic and waking up, and it's a curious and quite.
I enjoy the beam when they put you out for the operation, and I always say, "Don't wake me up right away. Let me have."
Yeah, see, now
They always do,
that is
and
so
they always.
say that.
But
because
it's
I don't
such.
want to. I don't want to go under. It's
No,
like,
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I like it as well. So try and enjoy it, you know.
You're talking as though this is a common experience. It's only happened to me twice.
Oh right.
Yeah, but
I mean,
it's momentous when it does happen. So
yeah, I agree with you there.
It's an enjoyable thing, and I would
happiness is our time.
I could imagine developing Munchausen's syndrome just for the pleasure of the anesthetic. But I mean, you know, anyway, I can see Michael's not. But anyway, on that note,
seldom been so not with someone as that. Okay.
listen, I have Janine, best of wishes.
Yeah, absolutely. All right,
Janine.
we'll close the meeting. Thanks, Michael, for all the texts. Let's see each other soon. Okay.
Yeah,
Bye-bye for now.
I'll send an invitation, of course.